I have felt the wind blow, whispering your name.
Yeah, so this project's basically about restoring a decent relationship between human beings and the forests that surround us, primarily looking at stopping the kind of industrial forest logging that's going on at the moment, and giving ourselves time after all of the bushfires and other destruction that's been going on to think about how do we live with the forests into the future in a more sustainable way.
The project has three main goals. The first one is to put an end to industrial scale logging. The second one is to get as many as possible people that are Christians involved in the project, and to get them to become forest advocates and forest protectors. And the third one is to really support and care for the current forest protectors, and to build a spiritual presence with them in protecting the forests.
God created all things, and we as human beings became the stewards. We're to care for it as God cares for it.
Our earliest creation stories talk about God creating the earthling from the earth to serve and protect it, to look after God's garden. It matters because so many creatures around us rely on the forest as their home, who are meant to be free to praise the Creator in their own way, and they need us to give them the space to do that.
It's just not possible to just rapaciously take everything from it, not think about what the consequences are. The consequences, not only for us as human beings, but also for the habitat of animals that are part of God's creation, the plants and all that goes with that. So I think it should be at the heart of what we as Christians are thinking about.
We must protect where we live, and we need to have connection to where we live. And it's absolutely critical that all of us as individuals and collectively in organisations and agencies and institutions, we must all pull together to protect this planet, because this is the only one we've got.
The native old growth untouched forest is so precious and important to all of life, and in the immediate to life forms that are endangered. So much has already been lost. This is tragic. We all need this. And care, appreciation and nurturing of life, especially vulnerable life, is an important element of worshipping God. That's why I'm here, and that's why I'm passionate about the church being part of saving our old growth forests.
The earth is hurting, communities are hurting, our climate is hurting, our environment is hurting, society's hurting, and we need support, we need help. Christ was able to be both radical and personal, and we need faith in our journey in interacting with the environment and each other, and to be honest, we can't do it alone.
We've been out here with Uniting Church people, and just as a forestry defender and activist, it's just lovely to see community coming together and supporting everybody in trying to preserve and save the natural environment. And it doesn't matter what your spirituality is, we're all part of the earth, we're all one. And yeah, I think at this time of in the planet, we all just need to come together. So it's been really empowering to have that support and for everyone to be together.
This was going out and engaging people in other communities, other faiths, other people who are interested in the creation, the environment, the forests as part of God's creation, and working with them and not, if you like, preaching to them. This is a way in which we as Christians can begin to relate with people who have like views but maybe are not of faith, learn from them, but also share with them something of the faith that we have, and acknowledge how it's a faith that is going to embrace them, but actually we together have a responsibility for this beautiful creation that God has given us to look after.
I've been really blessed through my whole ministry to be supported by the church to help us as a church work out how to live better amongst the rest of creation, and how to invite the wider community to do that as well, and to explain why being a follower of Jesus means living well on the earth. So this kind of comes directly out of my kind of sense of passion and calling as a minister, to be part of helping us live well alongside the forest community.
I first heard about this project at the beginning of this year, so the start of 2022, and the first time I heard about it I was really intrigued, and I was invited to join this committee that was planning this weekend, and so I was just inspired by the work that had already been done, and my passion for the environment and seeing what's going on around us was intrigued, and I've learnt so much just in that time.
Getting involved with Uniting Earth through the Facebook page or the website, and then becoming part of the emailing list. Basically, if you live by the forest anywhere on the coast, there are forest groups out there trying to protect them. You can find more about what's going on in your local area. People in Sydney, of course, live closer to the centres of power, and we desperately need your help as well. If you can't be here, you can contribute financially to help those who can. Everything out here runs on a shoestring. You can write letters when you're asked to do, and so on. So yeah, if you connect with Uniting Earth, we're kind of cataloguing the various ways that you can be involved. But basically, we live here, but these forests are everyone's. They're the world's forests, and so yeah, we call on everyone to be involved in protecting them.
Creation calls.